Okay, welcome to segment 6. In segment 6 here, we're going to take the next 10 minutes or so to talk about Twitter. Twitter is, as it says up above, emerging as the social media of choice for teens and 20-somethings. When you write posts, when you make posts in Twitter, it's called tweeting. And I don't really get it because I'm old. I'm like 40-some years old, and it's just not interesting to me to tell people everything I'm doing every second of the day. I get it from a marketing perspective. If I had a business that needed a presence in social media, I would absolutely use Twitter and blast, daily comments out about my business because people, for whatever reason, are interested in that kind of stuff. Now, the generation just below us, if you're old like me and don't get Twitter, don't worry. Our kids don't really get Facebook. It's boring to them. It's not real time. It's not instant. And they like Twitter because they can stay abreast of their friends' every moves, no matter where they are. And so that's what Twitter is all about. If you are on Twitter, you're probably 20 or younger, or at least 29 or younger. If you're on Facebook, you're probably 30 or older. So what you want to do to make sure that your Twitter settings are safe is go to the egg, the little white egg in the blue square up here above us, and it'll tell you, give you a drop-down menu of some of your options, and you want to look at the privacy settings that are there. Okay, so down at the very bottom there, it says, right above logout, it says settings, and you want to click on that option. Now, once you get to the settings link right there, there it is. You click on that settings link, it's going to bring up a different set of tabs down the left-hand column. And the first tab that you can see at the top is the Account tab. And if you click on the Account tab, it brings up several options there for you to change your username, your email, etc. But down at the bottom, you can deactivate your account by clicking on the link, Deactivate My Account. And that's a useful feature if you want to get rid of your social media presence. To get rid of Twitter, deactivate your account. Now, just below the account setting is the Security and Privacy tab. If you click on the Security and Privacy tab, there's a couple of key options that you want to pay attention to. So, for example, if you look at photo tagging, by default it's allow anyone to tag me in a post, but you can check the safest location, or the safest option is do not allow anyone to tag me in a post, and that would be or in a photo. And that's recommended, again, if you want to have control over who can tag you. If you're out in the weekend with your friends enjoying some libations, and your friend snaps a picture of you and wants to tweet it with your name attached to it, you may not want the general public, or anybody for that matter, to see you being anything professional, and so you can prevent them from tagging you in that photo. Now, right below that is tweet privacy, and right below that is your tweet location. Okay, there's a checkbox there that probably by default is checked. I think it says add a location to my tweets. Now, I would uncheck this box. That would be really important if you don't want anybody to know where you are and what you're doing while you're tweeting. Here's an interesting case in point. One of my kids a while back, a couple of years ago, got a Twitter account without telling me, and that is strictly against our family rules. However, she did it anyway, and not that I'm totally opposed to Twitter, but she violated the tell mom and dad rule. She didn't tell us. Thankfully, my wife is a better investigator than I am. My wife is a bloodhound on social media, and she just happened to find my kid's Twitter account. And even though she was blocked from following, and kids, she was able to still follow just by typing in the Twitter handle. And so she could go to her Twitter page and twitter.com, and she could type in this particular kid's Twitter handle and follow her. Now, the worst thing is that my kid did not uncheck the box, add a location to my tweet. And so every time she tweeted from her iPhone, it recorded her GPS coordinates, and it reported that to Twitter, and Twitter reports that to Bing. For example, on Bing Maps, if you download the Twitter plugin, you can then view on Bing Maps all the locations where the tweets occur. And so where do you think the top 3 locations were for my kid? That's right, they were at home, big cluster of tweets at home with time and date stamps and the actual tweet. At school, at her high school, again, big cluster of tweets right there, and at her part-time job over there at Chick-fil-A. And so there's this perfect triangle, all within 1 mile of each other, showing where she was at any given moment in her life, because she sent out about 200 tweets in one day, and so it's unbelievable. It's an unbelievably great tool for finding bad guys, but again, bad guys can find you if you're a prolific tweeter and you turn on the location setting. So we want to avoid that, and then you might, if you've had location settings on, you might want to click the option that says delete all location information. So you want to remove that from the Twitter database and prevent bad guys from finding you. Okay, so quick review of Twitter as a short segment. Where do you find your privacy settings or your account settings? No, I totally blew that. I just gave you the answer. That's right. The question should have been, what do you find if you click on the egg? And the answer is your privacy settings and your account settings. So that's what the little egg is. Apparently the international symbol for privacy settings or account settings is a white egg. Again, it appears that Twitter does not necessarily want you to know where their account settings are. What option is on the account tab? If you just said the option to deactivate your Twitter account, that is correct. You can remove your Twitter account from the account tab. That makes sense. Number 3, what happens if you check the add a location to my tweets box? And I just told you a lengthy story about my kid who had the box checked, and we were able to identify all of her tweets, where they happened and where she went to school. And well, of course we knew that, but any bad guy could see all that information. And last, if you have never used Twitter, you are probably old. That's right. You're probably an old person if you've never used Twitter. We could also say if you exclusively use Facebook, you are probably old. Yes, that's correct. That is also a correct answer. So thank you for watching the segment here on Twitter. Stay tuned for our next exciting adventure in social media and redaction.